Hi everyone, welcome back to Colouring with Kate. Thank you for joining me today. So in this video, I haven't done this sort of video for ages, and I get quite a few requests to do it actually, and I decided that hopefully I can start working through these requests. So one of my lovely viewers or subscribers basically asked if I could do like a colour along in Mythographic book, one of the Mythographic books. I chose my favourite one, which is Mythographic Paradise, and I'm going to do a partial colour along. So I'm going to try to do some colouring of this page, so just that it gives you a bit of an idea as well regarding my process for a page as well. So hopefully as we colour I can talk you through what you know, how I sort of decide to tackle this page, you know, what media to use and things like that. So I'm hoping to fulfill another request, which is my process for a page. So this is a beautiful page with whales on it, and a sort of a lighthouse. It doesn't look like a typical lighthouse, and then some other buildings, clouds. So it's quite detailed page, and yeah, so what I'm going to do, what I'm going to start with, usually when I have a page to colour, I will more often than not I will do the background first, and that's because once the background's done and out of the way, it's just easier to tackle all the other objects on the page, especially when it's a detail page. So I would always recommend to try to do the background first. It becomes, for me anyway, it becomes less overwhelming, and I do really enjoy doing backgrounds. So yeah, that's what we're going to do first. So I'm going to what I've decided is I was going to use some muted colour paints for these Japanese paints that I've got quite sort of blackish yellow, blackish green sort of colours, but then I decided against that. And the reason why I decided against that is because there's quite a lot of small spaces. I thought I'd rather use watercolour pencils, and of course I have the Derwent graphitints. So there's 3 of them here, Derwent graphitints, and I also have the Spectrum Noir colour tints. So I thought I'd use them because of course they've got quite muted colours, and I wanted sort of browny, sort of orangey red colours. So browny orangey red sort of colours I wanted in this background, and I thought, you know, if I've got that in the background, I'll have the blue whales. I'm definitely going to do those in blue, and then I'll talk you through the rest of it anyway. So let's get started. So watercolour background first. So the pencils I've chosen, just in case you want to join me with this, is Spectrum Noir. I will link all of these supplies below and the colours I've used. Maize, and then we have another Spectrum Noir one, which is Cafe or Latte. Don't know if I've said that right, probably not. I've got another Spectrum Noir colour tint, which is Rust, and then this one is a Spectrum Noir Caramel, and then we've got Derwent graphitint Rust, I think it's called, no sorry, Russet, it's called Russet. There's a terrible eyesight, get me reading glasses type thing on, make it a bit clearer. Chestnut graphitint, and another graphitint is Autumn Brown. So I'll show you the colours on those as well. So here we go. These are the colours. So we've got Maize, this is just like a scrapbook, Maize, Spectrum Noir, Cafe or Latte, Rust, Spectrum Noir Caramel, Russet graphitint, Chestnut graphitint, and Autumn Brown. So yeah, those are the sort of colours that I wanted. Of course, if you don't have the Spectrum Noir or the graphitint, you could choose similar colours to these in coloured pencil if you wanted, or even in paints. So let's get a bit closer. So what I'm going to do is probably just use a blend of those colours, and I'm not too specific about where I put them, apart from maybe lighter colour. So the maize colour being the lightest, I'm going to, these are the light, I put them in sort of lightest to darkest, the best I could. And so I'm going to put probably the lightest colours near the rays, you know, the rays coming of this light, the rays coming from the light. I'll probably use light colours there, and probably just everything else, I just want to sort of blend it in. So no real difficult, you know, like no real massive plan in how I'm going to, where I'm going to put the colours. Let's get a start then. So let's start by, I brought you in a little bit, and let's just use the maize Spectrum Noir near the rays. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well. So this is sort of a partial type colour along type thing. A bit of a chat maybe. We'll see, just to see where we go on with. So let's see if I can do two things at once now. So I'm used to be able to do that, but I don't know if I can still manage it now. But anyway, yeah, so I was thinking that sort of a background for this page with those colours, because they're warmer colours, and the objects, as in, you know, the parts of the picture, I could make that in sort of, they're cooler colours, aren't they? So now I'm going to go with the next darkest colour, which is the Cafe au Lait. I don't even know how to say it really. Yeah, so it'll be a nice contrast. So in my pictures I do really like using contrasting colours. Not always, but generally. So the whales will be a nice cool bluish colour, greys, white, but blue in particular. And then I think I want the buildings, apart from the lighthouse, which I'm considering in doing red, but that will be quite a bright red considering the background. So in this case, I'm definitely, like, I am enjoying using, you know, the muted colours, in which you get the muted colours with graphitint and the Spectrum Noir colour tints, because they will contrast quite well, I think, you know, with the brighter colours of the objects. So yeah, I'm just working from putting down the colour from light to dark really. So that's that. Next colour is going to be Rust. So it's a beautiful day today. I'll probably make this video in parts, because I'll sort of colour some on camera, you know, like how I usually do it, and then colour the rest of it off camera, but show you some of the main, you know, the main parts of the picture, colour some of the main parts of it on camera. Maybe not all of it, but some of it at least. So yeah, a bit of an idea. When I start a page, I'm always quite nervous, because I think, I can't visualise fully how it's going to look at the end. I don't really have a sort of picture in my mind of what I want it to look like. I never really think too hard about that. I just hope for the best, really. And often it does work out, which is quite handy. Okay, the next colour, again, we will go to caramel. So yeah, regarding my little COVID episode, at least that is like, I think I'm over the worst of it, so I'm very fortunate, and I'm just getting better, I think, slowly but day by day, so it's improving. And of course off school at the moment with the summer holidays, so it's really quite nice to just you know, chill out at the moment, chill out, relax. I've got a lot of things that I want to get done though, I must say. There's a lot of things I do want to get done, you know, like just doing a nice summer clean of the house, sort out my colouring things and my crafting things. I really do want to do an art journal page as well. I haven't art journaled for ages, and I really want to start playing with some of the mediums that I've got. And it's really difficult when you have a blank page though. When you have a blank page, it's just difficult to start it, and I think I'll mess it up, but you shouldn't really think like that. So there we go. So you can see I'm gonna focus all my lighter colours. So I've used all the Spectrum Noir pencils now, and I've worked my way from the palest colour to the darkest colour up to there for the top half of this picture. And then I think what I'll do is, I haven't even bought my water, it's called the water brush up yet. But I'm going to continue doing the rest of it off camera here. So this bit here, I'm just going to work again the palest colour near the rays, and then work it darker further out. So I'll carry on with that and be back. Okay, so I thought I'd come back and do the some more of this sort of putting down the watercolour pencil on the rest of this. I've only got the bottom bit to do, so you can see I've done the top bit, so you can see that it is lighter colours nearer to the lighthouse and the light rays. So I've used the lighter colours there, and then I'm going darker further away. So yeah, I feel like a complete novice when I do these colouring type. You know, when I colour on camera, I'm not particularly confident with colouring on camera, really. I just don't think I'm that good at it, but yeah, I need to get over that, I think. Right, so at the moment I'm using the russet, which is, you know, under the darker shades. I do actually find that, you know, the graphitint Derwents do dissolve, I think, a bit better than the Spectrum Noir, as I remember, but we'll see what it's like on this paper. I don't think I've used them on and this is fairly good paper, relatively speaking. So yeah, that's that one, and then the next one is the chestnut. So I'm going to put that in there. So the other thing I was going to say, because this is like a bit of a type of a mishmash of a video, if you like. We've got colouring on camera, showing you a little bit of my process when tackling a page, and a little bit of a colouring chat as well. So yeah, what I was going to say is that we're going to talk through a little bit about what my plans are for this page. Like I said, I do like contrast in terms of you know, contrasting colours from the background with the objects on the page. So that's why I've decided to use more muted colours in the background, because I want the, you know, the actual other parts of the picture to be quite bright and stuff like that, basically. So yeah, and I'll probably do this video in parts though, you know, just doing shorter videos, just easier for me that way. But what I'll do is I'll do my best. I hope that's good enough. I am gonna, I will say now, this is my last colour by the way, which is quite actually a lovely colour, autumn brown. That's another thing actually, I keep getting distracted as well. You'll be like, oh, can't you just stay on one topic? But I'm really looking forward to autumn. I do really like autumn. I know in America you call it the fall, but I just love, I really like autumn season. The trees, all leaves all turn beautiful colours, and I really am looking forward to doing autumn colouring as well. So yeah, that's just another thing. So while I was getting distracted, anyway, what I was going to say, going back to this page, is that I want to, once I've activated this, I do want to put some botanical stains on top, just to give it an extra bit of, I don't know, something, you know, a bit more interest, a bit more, what, you know, something else going on. Give it a more interesting look, I guess. So I will be using that as well, so botanical stains on top. So there we go. I think we have, just come out a little bit so you can see. So that's what it looks like so far. And now I'm going to activate it. So like I said, I am going to use botanical stains on top, and that's downstairs as well, so I'm going to have to go and get that after a while. So what I'll do is do a little bit on camera, dissolving the pigment. So I'll bring it in again, because we'll do a close bit. I'll just start from the top of the page so my hand doesn't go over it and smudge anything, because we don't want that. Don't transfer anything. Got a little tissue as well, just to wipe off any excess water. It's so relaxing. By the way, this is the Derwent push button water brush pen, and it's the fine one, and I really like it. So because I like it so much, they are quite expensive though, I must say. £8 something in the UK, you know, when you buy them singly. But they are really nice. I do really like them. So I ordered another one, a spare one, because for me anyway, I really like how they work. So yeah, that's dissolving quite nicely. My plans for the rest of the page, so my like I said, next process will be the botanical stains. Once this is dry, I'm going to put that on. Obviously I'll show you that on camera when I do it, because that won't be long. That won't take too long at all. And then the clouds, so can you see these clouds here? They're all over the page basically. I'm hoping to do them in pastel shades. So again, that's going to increase the contrast and make it more contrasting towards these. I mean, this isn't dull as in what you'd imagine dull colours, but they are muted colours compared to the bright colours. So the clouds I want to do in shades of peach pink and maybe purple as well. So those are shades of Pastel pencils, but I also want to use my 80 Brut Funas, which have some pastel colours in them and some sort of neon-y colours in them. Neon colours rather, neon-y. New word there. I think I did make a video that is on my channel where I talk about, where I think I sort of compare and colour with the Pastelos and the Holbein pastels and the 80 Brut Funa. The 80 Brut Funa set is the cheapest of the lot, but the pencils are quite, let's say, not very particularly good quality, but the colours are really nice, and I still use them, so they were still worth it for me. So yeah, if you're interested in that video, I think it's called My Thoughts on Pastel Tone Sets or something like that. Yeah. So I think what else shall I talk about, because this is part of the colouring chat as well, isn't it? The other thing is, yeah, there's some colour alongs going along, and I don't usually take part in colour alongs. I do the Sammy's checklist challenge, which I've started to do, and I make I think every 3 months I'm going to make a video to say how I'm doing with the channel. I mean, not the channel, the challenge, should I say. So yeah, I do that, and then I do take part in some colour alongs, especially if I've been tagged in them, so I do then do it. So there's one going on, I think it's on Instagram, by Azra Dusty Colours, and basically it's Wales in September, I think it is, hashtag Wales in September, something like that. And by the way, I'm completely a novice. I'm just useless at Instagram, totally. So I don't even know how to do so many of the different things. And then there's a colour along with Lotte Forde. She's got a book, Colour the Sky, that's available on Amazon, which I do have, and I think I've got Flip on my channel. And she's, if you're on her mailing list, then you will have got sent this beautiful PDF. I think I showed it in my which pages I'm going to colour in August, and it's called hashtag all, I think it's something like hashtag all aboard. Yeah, hang on, I think I've written it down, so let me just get this right. So yeah, the Azra Dusty Colours is a whale colour along, and it's hashtag Wales in September, hashtag spring in September, because the whales from the Antarctic come from the Antarctic to the shores near Africa, I think, yeah, to give birth, I think, to their young. Hope I've got that right. If not, I do apologise. And then Lotte Forde's is hashtag Lotte Forde all aboard. And that's a lovely airship that you can colour, and yeah, that's a really nice one. I will include these. I've got to remember to include these hashtags below as colour alongs. And then there's some free Rita Berman pages, a couple of free Rita Berman pages that you can get hold of on Instagram at the moment to celebrate the upcoming release of her new book. It's a travel one, and it's coming out in the UK anyway on the 27th of August. So I've definitely pre-ordered mine from Book Depository. So you can colour her page. Oh shoot, I'm going to say something else then. I'm glad I didn't. Shoot, I've coloured a bit of the whale there. Can you see? Oh damn. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is just leave that. I'm sure I'll be able to cover that. I can't lift it off particularly because it's not watercolour paper, but yeah, that bit there, this is the thing, when you've got really detailed pages you do go wrong, and there I've gone wrong, obviously. Yeah, that's part of the whale behind the lighthouse, but yeah, I'll try to cover that up with blue. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, there's the Rita Berman colour along as well, and it's hashtag Rita's Travel Special, so you can share your pages. So yeah, those are 3 colour alongs so far that I am hoping to take part in. I'm looking forward to doing that. So yeah, mistakes do happen. I do make, like, mess up or fluff up, as Lucy would say. From Lucy Just Adds Colour. I do make a fair amount of fluff ups, but I just try to, you know, correct it the best I can. And yeah, it's usually it works out, so it's all right. So That's what I've done so far. I'm going to do the rest off camera and then I shall come back. Okay, so back again, and you can see here that I have dissolved the pigment from the watercolour pencils, and this is what it looks like. Now I could go over it with another layer, but I'm going to leave it as it is because, like I said, I want to add a little bit more interest in it by say adding a botanical stain. So I'm just going to put a piece of paper behind just in case it seeps through. I don't want it to mess up the picture behind. And the botanical stains that I'm going to use are by by Cosmic Shimmer. It says by Sam Poole, and the colours that I've picked are coffee beans, and this one is tea leaves. So these are quite new as well to me, and I just thought I'd sort of use it and see what I can do. So they come as like with a dropper like this, and I've got a little bit of a sponge here that I'm going to use to try to blend it in. So I think what I'll do is put a little bit into a well on this plate, or on this water palette thing, and then bring you in a little bit closer so you can see maybe a little bit better what I'm going to do. And then all I'm going to do is get my sponge, take a little bit on there, and I could have used a smaller sponge, I guess, but we shall just work with what we've got. And then just put that in, and it just gives it a little bit more, I don't know, something. Let's see, should we put in a little bit here? Just keep having to check if I'm on camera because I am zoomed in. So the one that I'm using at the moment is tea leaves. That's what it's called anyway. I'll put a little bit there as well. Could have used a smaller sponge, but like I say, it doesn't matter. I just need to be careful. See if I can tear a bit off actually. Right, I tore a bit off. So that I can get into these smaller end bits here. So yeah, just thought it looked quite nice being able to put on a few bits of these. Sorry about the sniffling, cannot help it. Right, so that's that. Now I'm going to use a bit of the other one, which is the coffee beans. So again, put a little bit, not too much, that looks like a lot actually, but it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna put some on near the bottom now. So again, come in with the small sponge and then just dab it on. Just gives it a little bit more extra, I don't know, like a better look, I suppose. Yeah, I'm liking how it's coming out, I think. Like that. So yeah, I hope you are all doing well. Just let me know in the description. Are you on holiday at the moment? Are you working? What are you colouring at the moment? It's always nice to read your guys' comments. Look forward to seeing them. Right, shall I just leave it there now, or do a bit, maybe do a little bit more here at the top, like there. So yeah, I'm very ambitious for this month. I have chosen a lot of pages, but the thing is, I've actually got a lot of swatching to do, which I have not even touched yet during these summer holidays. I want to swatch my. I've got a new sort of swatching system I'm setting up. It's nothing mind blowing or anything. It's nothing like revolutionary, but I am going to share a little video saying, what my plans are, because a few of you were interested when I asked in one of my past videos. So, yeah, I am going to go back down here. I think I am going to share a video on it, and I really do need to swatch so many different art mediums, because I actually want to swatch not just your regular, your coloured pencils and gel pens and all of that sort of stuff, but other medias, like the gel crayons, things that I don't really usually swatch. I want to swatch those sort of things as well. And of course my the inks I haven't got a full set, but I do have some distress inks. Yeah, I think this will do now, to be honest. I don't want to overdo it. Put that aside. Right, so there we go. I shall move out a little bit so you can see, and that is, let's see if it seeped through. Yeah, you do get a look bleed through there. It's not gone like through this page at least. So yeah, this is the background so far on this page. Yeah, and I'm liking it. So I think we'll leave it there for today, and this can be the part one, basically the background, and then next time I'm going to start colouring some of the other objects on the page. So until next time, take care, bye.